Good morning, America. This is your friend, Dr. Terry. I can see that my star doesn't show up like it should. Okay, now it does. And of course, and sometimes I'm getting email from people, well, you're evil, you have a black star. It's amazing how people are being conditioned into conspiratorial material that drive their head crazy. The star. I mean, what is so bad about the stars? All right, they shine. They shine in the sky. They bring you knowledge. They give you the core of the beauty of being human. They dictate every single atomic part of your physical, spiritual anatomy, so to speak. Why is it black? Because my wall is white. So if it was white, you would not see it. So for all the mentally disturbed people who have a tendency to follow conspiratorial material and believe whatever they see or read, I guess this newsletter is going to help you drastically, because this newsletter title, is already pretty interesting. Royal Baby Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor Deep Cabalistic Meaning. Wow, you're talking about Cabalistic work and you worry about a black star behind me? Whoa, wait a minute here. Let me wake you up a little bit. I'm going to keep this for the last, okay? I keep the best for the last. So, as always, okay, even if you landed for the first time on this YouTube video, there is always a newsletter which is associated with my work. So it's important, once you have finished listening to it, to click on the provided link, because there are things that I cannot either recall, explain, or that you may not be able to assimilate because you're not audible, you're visual, which means writing will get to your head better than words, especially words from a Frenchman, which has a very strong French accent. It works for me. It did when I was much younger and I was wild. All right. So now, the sad story again, and as predicted on the radio show, one student is dead in another school shooting. Guess what? It will never end. And who is responsible? You heard me before. The religious fanatic parents who thinks stay away from Dr. Terry and astrology, or the educated idiot atheist out there who thinks that astrology is a pseudoscience and they never dig into it like Sir Isaac Newton did. Okay, it's amazing the lack of information out there, the manipulation, and how vulnerable you are because those cosmic laws were cast aside, ridiculed, and taken away from all the college universities. And the result of breaking universal rules is producing just that. A lot of people have watched my videos on YouTube directly related to a school shooting that took place in the Sandy Hook Elementary massacre. And a lot of people pissed off at me because of my passionate delivery. Excuse me. They thought I was an egocentric, all the while missing the essence of my work. This is terrible. And then again, as I said yesterday, a bird perched on the traffic light pole facing a video will become viral, while videos like mine that have the essence of what it means to be human and the golden keys on how to stop all future school shootings get nowhere. That tells you how low humanity has fallen. I guess all the people watching me, 99.9 of you guys have a brain as big as that little bird's, perch on the pole. But I'm not, making all of you, putting every one of you in the same category. I'm certainly not going to throw the baby with the water. There are definitely some superhuman listening and watching me every day. And for that, I say thank you to you guys, because you vibrated my cosmic speed and you understand my pain and my trauma and my drama, trying to help a bunch of idiots out there who could never help themselves, even if their lives depend on it. And that's why, again, excuse me, that's why, as I said on the newsletter, the smoke was not even dissipated above the cathedral, Notre Dame in Paris, that already you had billions and billions of dollars pouring to rebuild the roof of the church. My God, that's insane. Those guys, they have a lot of money. They are being conditioned by the church, created by the reptilians to create chaos and fear and God knows what. Guilt, oh my gosh, I'm a millionaire. I feel very guilty if I don't help, in the name of God, the church or Jesus or whatever. And then there you go, let me sign a fat check to them. All they're doing is supporting idiocy. All they're doing is exactly what Nostradamus said 500 years ago, that nearly got him to lose his neck. You are building and carving evil when you saw this church worker carving Virgin Mary. I really apologize. I didn't have any allergies a few years ago. Last 4 or 5 years, it started to get worse and worse. One of the reasons when I have to leave, too much traffic, killing everything, giving you all sorts of disease. And scientific community says, you need injection instead to beat those infectious organisms instead of cleaning the air to avoid measles and anything else for that matter. All right, so in relationship again to this disastrous school shooting, it's just a matter of time. Like I said in my last video, it's just a matter of time before it happened again, and it will happen again. It might be much, much worse this time. And who you blame again? Jesus, an 18-year-old guy, and maybe a 15-year-old little girl. My God, please wake up for the sake of all the children, for God's sake. They're victims. They don't know what they're doing. Okay, they have access to gun. You're going to remove all the gun. And do you think that's going to save the situation? No. They find other way to kill themselves or kill others, believe me. And you could put as many cops as you want in front of every school. Ain't going to work. You need to fix the problem where it is, up here, psychical. As I said in my videos and other videos that I made, you, the religious parents, you, the atheist, educated idiots, you are responsible for creating those monsters because you do not hear me, you do not understand me, and you laugh about me. Listen one more time. It is critical and very important to teach children geography, arithmetic, history, language, whatever, the art. But who is there to teach them who they are, where they come from, their part in the cosmic design? Who is teaching them their moon location that control their emotions? Because the moon is not hollow and there is no ET working through the middle of the moon. The soul of the cosmos has a purpose, and so is the moon. But you also have Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Mars, Mercury, the sun, the needle, the hidden dragon. All those mystical spiritual information are the life source that can give those children grounding and understanding of what God is expecting from them, because of their UCI, or their unique celestial identity. The very core of whom they are is not approached, is not discussed. Oh, they're going to go through religion or they're going to go through science. And obviously it doesn't work because they are still killing themselves at school, in all those college, university. It's always there that the act, the abominable act is always there. Why? Because subconsciously they are telling the adult there is something missing in the curriculum. We need to know who the hell we are, where we come from. This generation of children are not stupid like their parents or grandparents. They're special. They have a different set of stars, a different position of Mercury. They regulate their critical thinking. They need facts. And facts involve what 99.9% of the people thinks is a pseudoscience, because it is coming from astrology. Again, the ancient and all the disappeared civilization, they were not astronomers. Astronomy didn't exist then. It was only astrology. They didn't build or erect their more magnificent building of the pyramid anywhere. They felt like they were all aligned towards specific constellation for a reason. My gosh, please hear me. And instead of pouring money to support the reptilian agenda, which are using the UCI of those very vulnerable children, turn them into robots or killers in that matter, allow me and my student to get there and recharge, replenish, regenerate the totally destitute, empty spirit that lead them to kill others and kill themselves and sacrifice their lives. Those children are victims. They are no criminals. Because any one of these children, before they became infected by the reptilians, were innocent and loving and scared. And you, the parents, are responsible for helping me, but you don't seem to care, because I don't see those millions and billions coming in my bank account so I can bring and teach more people and fix the situation. May God have mercy. You know, you have these scientists, psychologists, psychiatrists doing all they can. And if you ask them why they do such a thing, then why do they pick schools? Or they are scratching their big, educated, empty head. Because like those children, the system was set for them not to get this type of information that the Vatican is using every single day, and the rich and the powerful, like the royals family in London, are using, and you are not using it. It's a miracle I'm still alive by passing on such high secrets, yet I get no help from you. Not the help I need. Oh my gosh. Or what if I push that later, talking about the stars? What are they going to say? Oh my gosh, they're associating myself with Dr. Tree. Oh my God, what are they going to say? My gosh. Meantime, you're responsible for not helping me, for the kids, for the next kids that are going to die because of your fear, because of your ignorance, of your lack of commitment, dedication. Like, I have to do something for humanity. My gosh, that's a karma for you too. For you to land on these videos and read my newsletters, it's not an accident. You have been chosen by a higher order to be part of the solution. Yet, I have to push you, maybe. I know some of you are doing it. I'm not putting everybody in the same bag. But 99.9% of you reading this are either laughing, ridiculing me, or just ignoring me. That's okay. That's why maybe I should go to Florida and go fishing till I drop dead. Don't know where I get the strength to stay working for your kids, guys. I just don't know. But here I am, because I'm a responsible man. Blame it on my soft Pisces. Well, if you want to stop school shooting and this endless plague of suicide, there is only one way. It's to bring my student and I back in our college and university and revive the spirit, the depleted spirit of all those kids. Because once they know who they are and they understand the part they play in the universe and how God computerized them, so to speak, then they can apply their will. They can apply their will, which is stronger than the dragon and any stars or the reptilians for that matter. But without that information, without that special golden key, okay, they have no hopes, and there is no hopes left for every one of those kids. You know, in all the scientists that are trying to find out what it means to be human, one of my students said to me, Dr. Turi, I have learned more about what it means to be human in your week-long astropsychology crash course in Sedona, okay, than the 7 years I spent in an accredited college. When you hear that from a psychiatrist, and when you see the long list of doctors and MDs and PhDs that took my course, those guys are not stupid. You know, you cannot be stupid, and that was my work to start with. You know, if you go and spend your time looking for a video on YouTube on a bird looking at himself, that tells me the size of your brain and what's in it. My God, please, what a young world is to land on. Oh, it drives me crazy. In memories of the Sandy Hook Elementary shooting victim, there is your answer. I should take the time to watch this little video and share it. It's got magnificent 3,000 hits in many years. That tells me where we are at. Wow, Jesus. You know, all the prophets of all times have predicted dead end for this world. And you know what? Even though that I've been refusing and fighting their visions by trying to give you the answers to fix that, I think I have to go and join them. There's no hope for humanity. And my bird, Pete, seems to agree with me. Thank you. Oh my God. Again, all those kids are the victims, the new victims of idiocy, and they are religious or educated atheist teachers who never grasp the gravity of the situation. As I said in my newsletter, even if their lives depended on it. Well, anyway, let's move on. You know how I feel. Take the time to read my venting over there, and let's keep going with the news. What do we have here? A doorbell camera captured the terrifying moment of a snake attacked a man. I mean, if that is not shocking, I don't know what is shocking. The guy goes there to open the door, whang, got a snake on his face. Wow, wrong time, that's for sure. These guys must have been, believe me, if I had this guy in front of me in this date of birth, I said, you know what? On that day, you were in one of your 2019 negative cosmic biorhythm. What does it mean? Well, it means that you are more prone than ever to be either infected by a reptilian, kill yourself, kill somebody, or being bitten by a snake. That's what it means. Yet. Okay, can of cooking soy exploded and caused a severe burns. Well, obviously, the quatrain mentioned explosion again. We have 3 so far. We are moving into a new SOS to the world, but I don't want to confuse people because I know the energy is melting already into death, drama, secret, finance, the IRS, Russia. It's all there in the news. But I want to stay in a way that you can understand me. Woman remarks leave beaten speechless. Wow. And then when you see the video, when she says, oh, you can hug and kiss me, he went like this. Okay, that means he felt guilty because he doesn't like women. He likes young kids. He likes children, not an older woman who wants to hug and him. It's not interested. And it is this subconsciously as to, forgive me, God. Okay, they don't know that I like children. I feel seen her. Everything talks. But you haven't been trained to decipher the secret of the subconscious. I do. Okay, now, children, religious terrorist indoctrination. When I saw this video, I nearly screamed my head off. young Muslim kids being taught pretty much to join ISIS, literally, for their religion, not knowing that religion were created by the reptilians to bring them exactly where they are, to be taught by infected teachers who have no brain anymore, but they have the Quran or the Bible or God knows what, that was created by man's folly, dictated all by the reptilians. When you watch that video, you're going to feel sick, because you can see how vulnerable those kids are, and know that it's telling them otherwise, educating them otherwise, in tapping on the universal code and God, cosmic divinity, which unify people, and not various 800 and something different religions that put everybody apart, confuse and bring chaos and war and ISIS caliphate. When is humanity going to learn that religion is a cancer of the world, and is so deeply encrusted because the 2,000 years of the age of Pisces has poisoned the psyche of humans? New Age of Aquarius is a lot of work to do, and we are moving there. We are moving towards that consciousness. CNN capture a rare image China doesn't want you to see. Again, the same old story. China is just doing the opposite of what those kids are being taught. They're putting all these so-called terrorist Muslims in camps, and then they kind of educate them, brainwash them, so to speak, to quit their religion. But what are they giving them? Solidity, rational. They're not giving them the spiritual spirit the human naturally needs to regenerate. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's all religion. This one, woman could face prison for posters that show Jesus and Mary with rainbow hold. Same old story. She's trying to show her right, maybe as a lesbian or anti-abortion, whatever it is. The next thing you know, she's doing stupid things that vex everybody. Is very, very sensitive when it comes to religion, because they don't know better. They don't want to go to hell. They don't realize they are on hell in their stupidity, in their ignorance, in their fear, feeding the reptilians. And not hell, this is it. Okay. Dangerous jailbirth, miscarriage, and stillborn babies blamed on the same $1 billion company. Again, why do you think you have a lot of jails and prisons out there that are run independently? Because they need people, it's like a hotel, they need you to go and get a room, okay? It's money, it's greed, it's money. And then those people guinea pig. They are being used by the pharmaceutical industry, which has tons of investors, to see if they can fix those people or addict those people. And then those poor ladies are giving birth to children that are totally infected. So those children, again, those children are poisoned. They are poisoned by a system. It's just absolutely terrible what's going on there. Excuse me. And the mother herself is infected for years because of the trauma, the drama she had. The system is not set to help her to get an education. So she's got to sell drugs, use drugs, God knows what. And then she creates baby out of wedlock. This baby is already reptilian infected. And then, it's like a cancer that doesn't stop. How are you going to fix that? I told you how. Going to help? Well, we'll see. Okay, next one. Trump asserts executive privilege over Mueller report. Obviously, why do you think your president doesn't want you to see his tax record? I mean, apparently he has lost billions and never paid any tax for years. He's a Gemini. What do you expect? Two. One phase and another one. Repeat himself all the time, talks too much. It's just, wow. It's amazing that people, actually don't realize that he's using his position as president to make sure that nobody goes and then dig into his mess, because it is bloody messy. What, you think he's rich because he's honest? What, you think he owns all this stuff because he's honest? Where do you think the big drug deals happen? Okay, in the Bronx out there, in the little street, or in the well-established Beverly Hills big houses where all these drug lords live. Oh my God. Humans tend to look at the wrong direction, that's for sure. Okay, of course, the New York Times tax document shows Trump business lost more than $1 billion in a decade. He lost $1 billion in a decade because he didn't want to pay tax. He has an attorney, he knows the system, he's using the system, got that from his dad, God knows where. It's all dirt from the get-go, okay? And he knows that once they found this out, I'm gone. So the more he can captivate his base to make you believe it's conspiracy, it's all lies, all bullshit, excuse my French, the more he'll stay out of jail. But ultimately, you know what? I already wrote about it in a newsletter called Joe Biden, President Trump, and the IRS Predictions. This is what I wrote many years ago in Donald Trump's for President. You can click on it to learn about your president's style and why the way he is. Trump, his close colleague and his family will be brought to justice by the IRS, the FBI, and due to his correlation with Russia. Tail of the dragon negative in his 8th house of corporate money, secret financial deal, which of course deals with the IRS, makes him greedy and power hungry. The dragon will ruin him and in time, and he may pay the ultimate price in the process. And that hope is just, for him, paying a lot of money back if he can. End up in jail, but we certainly don't want him to end up at the end of a reptilian infected lunatic who hates our president, because he's still a human being and learning is on a lesson. And as a Gemini, his soul's purpose is to experience the duality of life. And there's nothing more dual than our president. It's part of his fate. You cannot hate him for that if you understand him. However, he's not above the law, and he's going to see that, and he knows that, and so is his family. It's a sad situation that his Gemini led him to the wrong way. But the most important part of his faith is his race. It's the legacy that I spoke about years ago will curse the world for years to come. And the fact of the matter, the world is currently stunned by the explosion of hate. As I said many times, you elect a president, you're going to suffer his stars. You elect a president in the most powerful country in the world, okay, it is like a rainbow going to reach both sides, and then his legacy, his idiosyncrasy, his stars will be felt by the rest of the world. In the next 2 years, maybe a year and a half, you'll understand me better, especially when you order your 2020 Nostradamus Dragon forecast. Well, you can read my vision that started in 2013. My bird is upset because he wants to see Lady. He has a very special connection with that dog, and she's around me. She's right here, and until he sees her, he's not going to stop. So bear with me, okay? Tomorrow I close the door. All right, the vision that started in 2013. German Vikings, king alike, black and white, red blood, fire, war, violence, passion, wounds, God nowhere to stop fire. Hitler, evil spirit reborn again, bracket, President Trump. I wrote this in 2013, for God's sake. Was I ahead of time? Now, if I was right, maybe you should pay attention to what's next, okay? Blooming flowers mid months of June, months of June, okay? I see December, cosmic God may spare humanity. Hitler, famous infected spirit to die. World rejoice, infected souls cry, okay? I wrote this in April 10, 2018, okay? What I'm trying to say here again is the reason why our president is holding dearly to power is because he wants to hold dearly to his freedom and his life. And this is serious, very serious now. It's nasty. Now, as I said, I'm going to keep the best for last. Baby Sussex is named as Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor. That's a long name. I think Louis is easier to remember. Or Dr. Cherry. All right. Now, if you believe that this name came out of the blue, oh my gosh, you're in trouble, people. No. Again, remember, England is a Capricorn country. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Saturn is the head of the goat, or in Christian theology, the head of the devil. Okay, Saturn is called the great malefic. Saturn, if you have a strong Saturn in your chart, you'll be into politics, you'll be an engineer, you'll be a mechanic, you'll be a religious fanatic, you will also be into the system, work for the government, be in the army, be in the navy, because you trust the strength of the government and you help the government to get stronger and more stable. Okay, nothing wrong. This is Capricorn, and you could be born under any sign of the zodiac. You have a house which is specifically controlled by Capricorn. Now, the keyword of Capricorn is I use. The negative keyword of Capricorn is I abuse. So once you have the power, oh gosh, you do abuse because you want to keep it, and you have the full proof of that, which was going on currently with our president. He has the power, he's using it so he can stay afloat. Okay, now, in regards to the name, okay, Mountbatten. If you read what was written, okay, in my website about the explanation of the sign of Capricorn, it is very obvious. Builder of the greatest tower. Okay, that depicts, of course, an engineer, Capricorn energy. Holding of all social power. Capricorn likes the snobs, classical music, money, power, name, position. They're on top of the mountain. Okay, striving to climb to the highest peak. They will never, ever stop to get to the top of the mountain. Okay, for honors had no place for the weak. In other words, they are cold, they're calculated, they are planners, they don't care. They've got no warmth in their blood. And that's why if you marry a Capricorn or know somebody born in January, they are introverted, they are in themselves, and sometimes they are cold and loners. The cold Capricorn, this is January energy. If you were born a negative Capricorn, obviously, nothing is going to be given to you. Your life will be a struggle because there is no fruits in the trees in January, which regulate the months of Capricorn. Okay. However, if you're lucky Capricorn, like obviously the baby future king to be, I don't think he will ever be king because there'll be nothing left of the UK or Europe or the world by the time he gets sad enough in my vision. So unless we do something. So the baby king here, the royal baby, was born with more than 12 of gold spoon in his mouth. He never will have to worry about paying a bill. He will never know what it is to work hard. He doesn't have to. He's a Taurus. Taurus are lazy. They're big. They're strong. Okay, as a rule, it's an earth sign. Okay, so Taurus is meant to enjoy wealth and power, and that's their soul's purpose, the bank. So this child will never know what it is to worry about to pay for his telephone bill, his electrical gas, or his insurance, or his schooling, education. That is the beauty of being a Taurus, born with a Capricorn tail within the right parents. He chooses his birth, his month of birth. He chooses his dragon. He chooses his fate. And now his parents, who are fully aware of astrology, okay, want him to climb the mountain. That's why they use the word Mountbatten, or beating the mountain. That's what this means. And and then they said, oh, it has nothing to do with the British modern royal family. Of course, it has nothing to do with the modern British. but it came from something much, much older that the British maybe stole in one of their trips outside in Bolivia, or God knows where they were, and getting all the information. You have to remember, the Church of England was once upon the time challenging the Pope and the Vatican. They said, hey, I cannot have a hair with that woman. I need to divorce her, and you don't allow me, so bugger you, okay? I'm going to get another woman, and as many as I want, and then give her a baby, and then I'm going to start my own religion because I can. And that's what he did. All right, so what I'm trying to tell you, the name Archie Harrison Mountbatten means obviously, okay, anytime you see Archie, you see an arch or you see a bow, okay, which is aiming high, the same story, because there is power in names. Like they said, Louis is the victor in all battles, if you read what your name means. Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor depict the Capricorn dragon's tail, and how these kids that is just arriving in this world have such karmic fate. I don't think you will ever enjoy what it means to be on top of a mountain. The tail is in Capricorn. The tail is right into the snobs, the privileged select, the royal family. So the very birth of this child is part of the decay of the monarchy, which has already started. Of course, I don't want you to know. It's just amazing and how it is that people don't realize that kings and queens once upon a time was just as normal as you are, but they were put in a position because, my gosh, where's the common sense of people? You have leaders and you have followers. The leaders always ask questions and they read and they're curious. The followers say, amen. Where are you? So I've explained that there is definitely a very, very mystical connection with Archie Harrison Mountbatten-Windsor, or Beat the Mountain, and the sign of Capricorn, which is all about climbing a mountain to the top and control. And that is exactly the same dragon's tail as Hitler had. I'm not saying this baby is Hitler. I'm just pointing out that Hitler had the German people be cosmic conscious. They would have never give power to Hitler, knowing that he was born with the tail of the dragon in Capricorn, which means politics would cost greatly to him and to the world. Yet they didn't know better. They gave him the power. And you see what the builder of greatest tower, holding all the social power, striving to climb to the highest peak, for honor has no place for the weak. I am Capricorn, cold, calculated child of Saturn. Why this bastard killed millions of people? Because he had no freaking feeling. All he wanted is to build the Reich. Do you get it? I hope you do, because I do. Oh, Jesus, I just can't believe the amount of stupidity in this world, and me trying to help people who cannot help themselves. Well, I just gotta keep doing what I do till I decide to stop. All right, my great webmaster just was able to fix the sound of that video on a extraordinary experience. And under I wrote extraordinary experiences breed incredible people that have an extraordinary wisdom to share. Question is, are you going to be able to assimilate this and make a good use of it? I don't know. All right, let's be more positive. I'll be at the contact of the desert. Hopefully my hip and my back will allow me. My wife's going to drive me there, so I'm going to take a lot of pills. And I'll be able to assume my responsibility, do a bunch of reading for you over there, and maybe take over a speaker who could not make it, or will not make it, or whatever. Life is full of changes. In fact, life is a constant process of undeniable and impossible to control changes. So be ready. So I'll be there doing what I do best, helping many of you. Only those who are supposed to meet me physically will be taken care of during that conference, of course. There's more conferences, Paracon. If you're into Bigfoot, you can also channel through Draco the information about Bigfoot and where it is and what it is. This phenomenal UFO cruise coming up in October, man, you need to join. The constellation on those days are very, very UFO-like. And I'm going to use and prove to you the terrific power of Draco, not only working through me and keeping me healthy and keeping me young and keeping me positive and keeping me alive, literally, and the reptilians away from you, but passing on to you and help you to cleanse through my light hypnotic trance that I will induce upon all of you that join here. And then, you know, of course, I will still take care of you on a personal level in my cabin if you decide to join. We've got a bunch of great speakers. I may not agree with every one of those, but then that's what we're all about. We all, you know, have our own truth. The only thing is people who talk about UFOs, they've never seen a UFO, talk about the moon, and they have absolutely no clue what the moon purpose is all about within the cosmic code jurisdiction of the soul of the cosmos. And that tells you sometimes you have to be really cautious of what you hear and use critical thinking. So there is quite a lot of good things that will be taking place. Again, another wonderful conference that I will do in Australia and probably Egypt after that. It's all about cosmic consciousness. And then I'm all about cosmic consciousness. Remember the key of cosmic consciousness. Pay attention. What is cosmic consciousness? Cosmic consciousness is the awareness of a cosmic God, speaking his divinity through the sign, and use this cosmic wisdom wisely to serve and warn and guide humanity. This is the translation of what cosmic consciousness is all about. So when you have all sorts of people that talk about cosmic consciousness, you know, I don't know, it might be to them cosmic consciousness means going and sit on top of a mountain for the next 10 years, or in a cave in a guru, and 10 years later, believe me, you'll be 10 years more stupid because, you know, you refuse the lessons and the pain and the experience that goes along with cosmic consciousness. You ain't going to study much with reading the Bible or digging down with a monk on top of a mountain or stuck in a cave. And life is not designed for you to learn that way. You're in hell. You're in hell, that means you have to feel emotionally, physically, spiritually, psychically. You've got to feel, and then you learn. All right, my friends, another one also that is all about, you know, stay young and staying healthy. And now there I will definitely use Nostradamus Cabalistic healing and show you all sorts of things on how to heal people with your most powerful tools, and that's your feet in your hands. Okay? Not taking any chemicals. I can show you all sorts of interesting things, and this wisdom will stay with you for the rest of your life. All right, my friend, we are now, as always, coming at the end of this passionate delivery here. I hope you've learned something, and if you did, and in any way, shape, or form, you feel like I do, please share my work. Let's get these things going, and then remove those entities away from the solar system, because they are here to curse our lives. And nothing has been done to help you or the children yet, apart from those little videos. And that's why you should make it very viral. Let this bird alone perch on that traffic light. Oh my God. Hey, have a good day. I will. Bye-bye.